everyone, welcome back to another weather update. We have a moderate risk of severe weather for Friday night, which extends from southeastern Iowa into northeastern Arkansas. For these areas, we have a possibility of widespread damaging wind gusts, some of which might reach hurricane force. So these could potentially down some trees and knock out power for millions of people, and it could also cause damage to homes and other structures. In addition, we have the risk of tornadoes forming, some of which might be long-track, violent tornadoes. So similar to the outbreak in the south last week, we may have a possibility of another tornado outbreak this week. Now, I hope it's not the case, but I would strongly recommend keeping an eye on the weather for tonight, just in case anything happens. In addition to a tornado and damaging wind threat, there's also the threat for large hail and flash flooding in some areas. Alright, and we have an infrared satellite loop of the United States, which is showing the low pressure system over the Midwest United States that is moving northeast towards the Great Lakes and expected to reach the Great Lakes by Saturday. But this same low pressure system is what will be responsible for the severe weather outbreak tonight in parts of the Mississippi River Valley, as it brings with it a cold front which will cause the warm moist air to lift and condense, therefore spawning a series of thunderstorms and damaging wind gusts. We have the water vapor satellite loop right now, which is showing a warm moist air ahead of the cold fronts and cold dry air behind the low pressure system. That same dry air will also be responsible for increased fire risk in parts of southwestern United States, including parts of West Texas and eastern New Mexico. That part is not related to the severe weather outbreak, but I wanted to mention that as well for people living there. Let's take a look at some models now. So, there are three main factors for thunderstorms to develop. Number one is moisture, number two is instability, number three is lift. The first factor I'd like to mention here is moisture. You'll see dew points in the mid to upper 50s and even the 60s as the warm moist air from the Gulf of Mexico is moving northwards over eastern Texas and eastern Oklahoma right now towards the low pressure system. As we head into tonight and early Saturday morning, those high dew points are going to shift eastward towards the Mississippi River Valley, which is that same area that is highlighted in the moderate risk for severe weather. So for tonight and into tomorrow morning, we'll have plenty of moisture needed for thunderstorms to develop. Let me take it back to a different model real quick. In addition to moisture, you also have instability, so that warm moist air that is colliding with the cold dry air from the north, that will provide that level of instability needed for thunderstorms to develop. The third factor that I would like to mention, that lift, which again is provided by the cold front. So as the cold front moves through the area, because of the high level of instability and the high moisture, that will kick off a series of thunderstorms later into tonight and into tomorrow. And there's also a fourth factor that I'd like to mention, and this is what separates severe thunderstorms from regular thunderstorms. In order for a severe thunderstorm to develop, we need wind shear, and you'll notice that jet stream, which is moving rapidly northeast, that jet stream will provide sufficient wind shear needed for severe thunderstorms to develop. Alright, and now for a weather update for Punta Gorda, Florida. Right now the temperature is 70 degrees Fahrenheit with a humidity of 73% and fair conditions. Most of the sunny conditions are expected for today and throughout most of the week, as a matter of fact, except for Monday, where we have mostly sunny conditions for Monday morning, then a slight chance of thunderstorms for Monday evening, with highs in the 80s for the week and lows in the 60s and 70s for the week, and partly cloudy conditions to mostly clear conditions for the evenings. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the weather update.